Do you want to sound like a native English speaker? If so, this video is for you. Hey everyone, I'm Anne-Marie.
And I'm John. Speaking English as a second language can make you feel shy. And the last thing you want is to feel insecure about your native accent.
Now, we want to say that there's nothing wrong with having an accent. In fact, most native speakers won't care if you have an accent.
We actually think it's kind of cool. But as you improve, and especially if you're entering the workforce in an English-speaking country, it is important to get your pronunciation to the level that native speakers can always understand you easily.
Not only that, better pronunciation will make your presentations and conversations more impressive. You already know the grammar, you already know the vocabulary. So let's look beyond that at some tips that will help you sound like a native.
Tip number 1 is simple. Speak slowly and clearly.
It's as simple as that. When you are thinking about how you sound, focus on slowing down and speaking clearly instead of trying to lose your accent.
Focus on getting your words out crisply and clearly, especially when it comes to consonants. For example, L's and R's.
Some of these sounds might not exist in your native language, so speak slowly and enunciate.
Hey, this kind of sounds the opposite of how native speakers talk. We tend to talk super fast.
True, but it's important to learn how to pronounce things correctly first, then speed up your speaking speed.
That makes sense. Ready for tip number 2? It comes with a new English vocabulary term, the schwa.
A schwa? That's a word for a vowel sound, right?
Yes. The schwa is the most common vowel sound in English, so it's incredibly important to master it if you want to speak clearly.
Okay, so a schwa sounds like this. In America, we like to use the schwa for almost every vowel, like Monday, under, and London.
I'm from California, so we add a little bit of schwa to a lot of words. I like to go to the ocean.
This pronunciation might feel a little wrong to you, but it really is how native speakers talk. Listen for schwa sounds in movies and podcasts from the States and keep practicing.
Okay, it's time for the next tip. Let's talk about the use of he and she.
Okay, so this is another simple one, but I hear this mistake pretty often, even from my Chinese friends who speak great English.
Making sure to get he and she right is pretty important for a few reasons. First of all, it's important because messing it up in a presentation or a formal setting can really throw off your listener. They'll have to figure out who you're talking about, and that can be confusing.
Exactly. It's just a little error, but calling a he, she, or a she, he in a sentence sounds like a grammatical error and is a giveaway that English isn't your first language.
It looks and sounds weird if I say, he went to the store.
Or she was studying her homework. Yeah, that's weird.
So I have a way you can remember besides practicing a million times.
Which you should. Practice is the best way to improve.
Right. So remember he. He is hilarious, ha ha. She is sleeping. She is sleeping.
Okay, thanks, John. The last tip we have to share with you today is all about inflection.
Some languages have tones built into each word, and English doesn't. You use tones differently in English.
That's right. You use tones for emphasis. We call this inflection. The meaning or feeling of sentences can change based on the inflection you use.
Right. Like, for example, if I said, "You want to go to the beach?" and raised my voice at the end, the listener knows it's a question.
But if John said, "You want to go to the beach," that's a statement. You can tell because of the inflection I used, even though you can't see the punctuation.
Something else that happens with tones in English is the emphasis placed on different words.
Listen to these two examples. You want to go to the beach. The meaning of this sentence might be that going to the beach is your preference, but it's not mine.
If this sentence was said, you want to go to the beach, the meaning is that it is the beach you want to go to, not another place.
Inflection can be tricky, and it takes a while to get the hang of it. But changing the inflection of your sentences as you speak English will definitely make you sound more like a native.
Well, there you have it. 4 tips to help you sound like a native speaker. Have you tried these tips before?
Let us know in the comments which tip you're excited to try, and then like and subscribe so you don't miss our next video.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.